Hey everyone, Soundwave8084. This is my third attempt to get this intro in. Today's review is going to take a look at Transformers 1 B127, but screwed up again, / Bumblebee from the Studio Series line. Now this is part of the, I think what they call the A-level figures. Last year we had the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee and the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. You know, they had their own dedicated pegs. They come in their own dedicated cases, and every Target, every Walmart had a whole peg just for those figures, and they sat there. And people would be like, hey, they're peg warming. These figures aren't selling. That's the whole point. The whole point is for them to be there and be widely and readily available to anyone who wants them. And if you notice, they're picking Bumblebee and Optimus Prime again. This year we got this one here, this deluxe class B127 from Transformers 1, and we're getting the deluxe class Optimus Prime based on the Transformers Devastation video game. So they are the new peg warmers, if you want to call them that. That's what they're intended to be. They are intended to warm those pegs for you, just so they're readily available all year long for your buying needs. If you notice, the Marvel, oh my god, I can't talk. Hasbro does that with the Marvel Legends as well. It was Iron Man and Spider-Man, and then they went to now it's Captain America and Spider-Man from, I think, Far From Home suit. Let's look at the box. B127 right here, 18 steps. I'm going to get you all the way around. More artwork on the side, back, again, 18 steps. Tells you everything right here. Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Alita 1 go on a mission to save Cybertron. Turn here. The rest of that. Top and bottom. Here's Bumblebee. I'm a big proponent for pinned-in wheels. So you can see rolls really good. A lot better than the snap-ins. Sometimes snap-ins roll good. A lot of times they get a lot of friction going on the insides or where they're snapped at. But when you get pinned in, 90% of the time they're going to roll excellently. So I'm starting this in reverse and vehicle mode first, then go to robot mode. You're probably not watching me for the transformation anyway, so not a big deal there. Yeah, alright, car mode. Looks really cool. Not bad. Got some silver paint going on here, more on the side, or like a darker gray. Man, not bad. Got some little light blue paint here. Not much really to speak of in vehicle mode. He looks like a futuristic car we would have dreamed of back in the, something you would have saw in Back to the Future Part 2. Now this is a Cybertronian alt mode. You can just roll out right out of the review. Now you do get some accessories with him. You get his knife hands, and they can store in vehicle mode. You want to put them here in these little slots. He's got these tabs, and you want to do it with the little gun, which is reminiscent of the like gun part there you saw in the Bayformers early on. You want that to go into the inside, so it will tab in just like that. So he's got some weapons and accessories here in vehicle mode. He also has this gun or blaster or weapon right here as well. I think this is one of the weapons that the guards Sentinel Prime had. I think something like Alita 1 kicked one of these up in one part. Looks similar. I could be wrong. This here has a peg here and a peg on the inside. Just peg it in right here, and that will store in vehicle mode. There we go. And you put it right there. And that is the way to store his weapons in his vehicular mode, and how he appeared in Transformers 1. So let's go ahead and get to the transformation. You just want to remove all the little bits and pieces. Very simple transformation. Take the arms, bring them out to the side. You're going to bring those down like that. You're going to bring this part out. You're going to bring his feet down. You untabs all the bits and pieces. Take his waist. You want to bring this forward. Snap that in. Bring his legs down. Then this right here, just go up, tab here, and go right in the back like that. Bring the foot forward. You want to remember to fold these heel spurs out. So it's foot back, up, and out like that. Then we're going to bring this part down. First, you want to bring this part out. Now that out, you want to make sure this comes off of this from untabbing. This one come down. There's a tab here, so you can go right into the slot here. That, spin his head around 180 degrees, fold this piece down like that. You can push that up. You know, take him at the bicep swivel, turn him like this, raise this, take his hands, turn him out until it snaps into place. That, close it back down. So spin at the bicep, spin the hand out, close down. There you go. You have transformed Bumblebee or B127 into his robot mode. And I think it looks like a really good representation of how he looked in the movie. I think they did an excellent job with this Bumblebee. I really do love the head sculpt. I think they really captured the look there in the head. Not bad. I got some more of that dark gray paint here, silver paint on the face, blue eyes. You see more he had in vehicle mode there. The only complaint I have with the bot mode is his legs are so wide that you kind of got to keep him a stance, because put him together he's just wanting to tab back in. So you're going to keep him sort of a stanced out like that. But he looks really good. Articulation on the figure. Ball jointed shoulders go out there. You can T-pose him. You get that bicep swivel. 90-degree elbow bends. There's no wrist swivel because it's on that little swivel out. You do get a 360 waist swivel. You get upper knee swivels here instead of a thigh. Not a full split. You hit there, get a decent kick forward, a decent kick back. You get by 90-degree knee bends, and you get some decent ankle tilts as well. And you can rock the foot this way. We have to untab the back. Again, make sure you keep these heel spurs out. They will fold up pretty easily. If you don't keep them out, he can tip over backwards pretty easily. Now, this said easily twice within like 20 seconds. Then you can take his knife hands. And the knife is removable, so you can use this just as like a gun or a blaster. You take these and you just stick that back in. And what you want to do here is you want to make sure the gun part here, the knife, is on the outside of his hand. So this one's going to have to go into his left hand. And that means the other one will go into his right hand. Just like that. So you can pose them and have him say knife hands. And he can kill Steve. Knife hands. So yeah, Bumblebee was probably the weakest point of the movie to me. But he did have some good humorous lines. He did, they did use them. Kind of run them into the ground for the humor, though. You can take this back off, and then the other blaster he had, take it in his hand, like that, if he wants to use that. So it's a really cool figure. I do like this Bumblebee. I think it's one of the better Bumblebees we've got, and it's based off Transformers 1, which I did thoroughly enjoy. Let's do some size comparisons here in robot mode. Alright, so next to the Deluxe Class Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, which was the peg warmer from last year. See, they scale very well together. He is a small Deluxe. He is a decent sized Deluxe. Remove this Optimus Prime from here. We'll bring in this Studio Series Bumblebee from, I believe this is from the Bumblebee movie. So you see, a little bit smaller. I made him move so he's not still scaling well. Standing well. You can see here. And we'll put him here next to the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee from last year. My God, I didn't realize how small he was. But he scales well with the regular G1. So there's this scaling here. He was the peg warmer from last year for Bumblebee. The new peg warmer for Bumblebee for this year. And when not in use, you can store his knife hands right here on his back in the slots provided. So you can have him like, no, Steve, no. I just kind of wish they would cut that little piece out in the back so he can tip his head up. Cause there's no head up and down. It's just 360 all the way around. It just needs some up movement on these heads. I just wish Hasbro would do more of that kind of cutting. It's like a big boom when I fell outside. I wish Hasbro would do more of that kind of cutting in the back so you can get some up movement. Kind of like how New Age and stuff does with their heads. I kind of wish Hasbro would do that with these. And final thoughts on Transformers 1 Deluxe Class Bumblebee or B127. I like it. It's a fun figure. Very simple transformation. Go back and forth very easily. You know it says 18 steps. Nothing complicated about this at all. You can pretty much figure it out without the instructions as well. Very simple and very intuitive. You can just boom, boom, boom. You got it. Overall design is really good. The only thing I don't like is the thick legs. They're just really wide and bump into each other. That's really my only complaint on the figure. Otherwise, I think it's really good, and I do like it a lot. You can let me know what your thoughts on this figure down in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next ones. Peace out.